My people, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Patala FC. We are within. And Maresca has us getting clean sheets, guys. You know, when a manager steps in and the first thing they focus on to polish, repair, solidify, when they fix defense to this degree, it's very convincing for the future, guys. And you know, we could be excited and say, Maresca's cooking. 3 results, 9 goals scored, none conceded. Very convincing from Maresca. The Barrow game, we were deprived in terms of broadcasting. Personally, guys, I only caught the second half. It reminded me of our preseason game against Club America, team that doesn't press us high, makes a lot of mistakes in terms of their passing, which allows us to win possession a lot and create a lot of chances. But one thing I'd like to appreciate before we jump into Netflix, Neto, Felix, Maresca is managing the squad brilliantly, guys. Brilliantly. Initially, when we had the Conference League squad announced and Cole Palmer's not in the squad, who else? Fofana's not in the squad. You start to believe, is Maresca daring? Is he daring life? Does he think he's that good? And then you look at how Felix's minutes are being managed, how Mudryk is starting cup games, might possibly start Conference League games, Pedro Neto as well being rotated. In all honesty, it does look like the Chelsea 3 Lions, who have deemed Cole Palmer, Jadon Sancho, and Noni Madueke. It seems the Englishmen are the preferred 3, especially for the Premier League, which of course is the most important competition. You want to see if Chelsea can better their 6th place position last season under Poch. Can Maresca do better than that, guys? It's looking like he can do it, guys. So I've drafted something for y'all, and these are the current top 8. Now the interesting thing is, there's no Man United. I'm sorry. There's also no Spurs. There's no Spurs. City at the top, Liverpool, Villa, Arsenal, and then Chelsea. So Chelsea, who have lost a game against Man City, are still above unbeaten Brighton and unbeaten Forest, who are in 8th. And these are the next 5 games per club. If we look at these fixtures, with Chelsea being in the league position we're in, where could we be after the international break? So we have 2 games before the next break, which will be Brighton and Forest. That's Chelsea. Then the break, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Man United. After the break, Chelsea will be tested. I mean, the Brighton game is a big one. Can Chelsea beat Brighton? Can we be the first ones to give Herzler his first L? That's going to be a big one. If we look at the other clubs, I genuinely feel like City could genuinely collect 15 points from the next 5, even without Rodri, guys. Even without Rodri, I think these fixtures are favorable. I think the Newcastle game, which is this game week, is the most tricky game for City. Otherwise, City could go on a run. Fulham, I'm hoping Marco Silva can give Pep a headache there. In terms of Liverpool, this is going to be an interesting run for Liverpool because they have Chelsea, us of course, Arsenal and Brighton after the international break. But before the break, I think Liverpool win both games. But if I'm going across, out of 15, I'm going to say 3 against Wolves, 3 points against Palace. I'm going to say we get a draw. I'm going to say Liverpool-Chelsea ends in a draw. I think Liverpool lose to the Arsenal though. And I think Brighton-Liverpool, I'm going to give it to Liverpool. Yeah, and we'll see the total accumulation of points there. Villa, I think, easier run than everyone else, to be honest, except Man United. Let's hope United can show up, because Man United are in tricky form as well. Man United will need some results in the next few games, so that's an interesting one. Arsenal, I think they win most of these games. Liverpool and Newcastle after the international break are the tricky ones. Chelsea, we need to win most of these games. So I think I said the Liverpool game, we're going to get a draw, guys. I think we have to beat Newcastle. I'm giving us 3 points there. I'm also saying we beat United. Literally. Yeah. So that would make it, in my opinion, 4 wins out of 5 and a draw. No L. This is me being very optimistic. Newcastle have City. I think they lose that game. I think they also lose to Brighton. After the international break, I think they also lose to Arsenal. Our game against Newcastle, I've said Chelsea are going to win it. So can Newcastle really lose 4 of the next 5? That would be tricky. Brighton have Spurs, Newcastle, and Liverpool after us. Brighton could go on an interesting run of L's here. I think Spurs actually beat Brighton for the first time in forever, right? But Spurs defensively, maybe draw there after the break. Brighton versus Newcastle, draw. Brighton beat Wolves. Brighton and Liverpool, I think they slow Liverpool down, but Liverpool win. Liverpool will win that game, I think. And where will it leave us after all these games? Genuinely, if we can win 4 of our next 5, Chelsea could be in the top 2, guys. And what does that say? Game week 10, Chelsea in the top 2. We're going to look at Maresca differently. But to focus on what Maresca's doing right, guys. Cole Palmer won't be playing Conference League football. That guarantees that Joao Felix will get a lot of minutes in the Conference League. I love that in terms of rotation. In the front line, you'd think that Christopher Nkunku would be getting frustrated on the bench, coming on as a sub in the Premier League. But when he gets hat-tricks in other competitions, the way he scored a hat-trick against Barrow, you can't say that's an unhappy player. And of course, Jackson's looking on, thinking, I'm not getting hat-tricks. I need hat-tricks too. So it makes everyone want to work harder. So what Maresca's doing is brilliant, guys. Jadon Sancho, almost convinced that he could be the first choice left winger, being rotated so well. Pedro Neto now, is he a left winger or a right winger? Headaches for other managers. Maresca's doing it so well. Midfield, Cucurella looks like the inverted fullback in some games, but sometimes Cucurella will flank like a wing back to join in the attack. So who's going to deploy into midfield? Elements of the game that Maresca is polishing, redefining, but I'm happy for our Portuguese duo of Netflix. Neto, I think getting the right number of minutes to get him into the system perfectly. He wasn't there for preseason, neither was Felix, so Maresca is taking his time. We still have men that are unavailable like Reece James in this whole dynamic of Chelsea getting good results. And let's hope the good results continue as the team gets stronger, because we're looking better and better every game, guys. We're scoring more and more goals every game, and we're not conceding. If we can keep a clean sheet against Brighton this weekend, that's a statement from Chelsea. If we win this game with a clean sheet, yo, oh man, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. But as I said, the three Chelsea Lions, or the Chelsea 3 Lions, Sancho, Palmer, and Madueke, still look like the preferred attacking 3 alongside Jackson to make the 4. Then we can rotate the entire 4. We can rotate everything. What an exciting time. Major shout out to Don Enzo Maresca. Major shout out to Joao Felix and Neto for being patient. And let's see how the interchanges and how the squad will be different as time goes by, yo. Let's get it, y'all.